Okay, so let's talk about the different aura types. Hello, if you are new here, my name is Ebony. I am a human design and gene keys reader, expert, and coach. And today we are going to be discussing the different aura types that you will see in human design. Now, there's going to be a little bit of a division around some of the things I'm going to talk about in this video, because there's talks in the community, the human design community right now, about Pop HD versus Source HD. Whatever side that you're on, everyone is welcome here on my channel, and I'm going to give both sides. So I know how y'all like to tussle, so just, bear with me. So when we're talking about aura in human design, a lot of the times aura gets used interchangeably with energy type. And even though they are very closely linked, they're not necessarily the same thing. So your aura is essentially the manifestation of your energy that you're putting out into the world, right? So your energetic type is what is your energy doing? And then your aura is how the energy that you're putting out into the world is actually operating, right? So your energy type could be a projector, and your aura would be penetrating. Your aura is what makes you so good at being a projector, right? So your aura complements your energy type. Whatever your energy type is, that will determine what your aura is. They're intrinsically linked, and that's something that doesn't change. So what we're going to do in this video is go over the 4 different energy types and talk about what they do, essentially, and how they connect to 4 different aura types and how they connect to the energy types. I hope I said that right, because I think I said it wrong. So the first aura type is the repelling aura. Repelling auras correspond to the manifestor energy type. And with a repelling aura, it's essentially the same way that it sounds. Your aura repels people who are not meant to be in your energy. So this can manifest as, if you're a manifestor, people either like you, they love you, or they do not like you, right? It's not common that you'll have people in the middle of whether they like you or they don't like you. It's like, I very much don't like this person, or I am in love with this person. I love everything that they do. Because your aura is repelling, when you are informing, right? The informing part of your design, right, your strategy is meant to get the people who are meant to help you get on board with you, and get the people who are not meant to help you, who are not meant to be in your energy at all. It's meant to get them out of the way. So that's why, as a manifestor, your aura is repelling. It's supposed to be. It needs to cut straight through to your people, to the people who are going to help you bring to life the things that you are meant to create on this planet in this life. So you need that repelling aura, because you want to get right to, who are my people? Who are the people who are going to help me with this? And who are the people that I just need to freaking leave me alone? Like, I need to be able to discern the difference very quickly. And that is what your repelling aura helps you to do. It repels the people who need to be repelled. I hope I said that right. But you get it, right? So the manifestor energy type has a repelling aura, and your informing is what helps your repelling aura get people out of your way. Okay? So hopefully that makes sense. And now for the generator energy type. The generator energy type has an enveloping or a magnetic aura. And this comes from your sacral center. Your sacral center is a battery. Like, it's a huge battery that is constantly magnetizing things and people and opportunities to you. Sacral energy, especially when it is in alignment, is extremely magnetic. And it's to be in the presence of a generator who is lit up and activated by the work that they're doing is an experience. It's an experience, right? And that energy is what's drawing things to you. So the reason why your strategy as a generator is to respond is because things are constantly coming towards you. And you need to be able to discern, this thing that's coming towards me right now, Is this something that is aligned with my sacral energy? If so, my response is to go do it. And if not, my response is to not go do it, to let that pass me by so it can go on to someone else who is activated by that thing. So your aura needs to be enveloping. It needs to be magnetic so that you have things to respond to, because a generator with nothing to respond to is frustrated. It's a frustrated generator. So your aura and your strategy work together to bring you the things that you need to respond to in order to take the action to respond so that you can move forward in the work that you are meant to do as a generator. Now, this is where there's going to be a little bit of a deviation, because there are people in the human design space, and this is the way that I was taught. Well, one of the ways that I was taught. I've been certified several times. But one of the ways that I was taught is that manifesting generators, manifesting generators have a unique aura. At their core, right, underneath everything, manifesting generators are generators at heart. They have that divine sacral center. They have that very magnetic and enveloping aura. That is every single generator, whether they're a pure generator or a manifesting generator, has an enveloping aura. That's just basic human design. That's what it is. However, because manifesting generators are a hybrid, because they have a motorized throat like manifestors do, there are teachers, people in this space, who consider them to have both an enveloping aura and a repelling aura, depending on what phase of their cycle that they are in. So manifesting generators, some will say that they go through a similar cycle that manifestors do. Manifestors go through a cycle, which if you're a manifestor, you should know about this. And a lot of teachers will say that manifesting generators have a similar cycle. And depending on where they are in that cycle, in whatever phase that they're in of that cycle, their aura shifts. So it's always magnetizing things. It's always bringing things in because, again, they are at their core a generator. But that magnetized throat, when they need to inform, when they need to speak, when they need to let people know that this is what I am doing, their aura becomes repelling. Take that as you will, right? I personally don't think that there is a right or a wrong way. My personal philosophy is if it works for you, work it. I don't care. Personally, it doesn't matter enough to me what the right way is. If it works for you, then do it that way. And if it doesn't, do it the other way. I'm all about how can we use these systems to make our lives easier and to create the lives that we desire. If we start treating it like dogma, treating it like the Bible, treating it like this is the end all be all, we've only created another cage for ourselves. And I'm personally not in the business of putting myself in a cage. So if we're going by source meaning like who created, who channeled, created, whatever, the system, manifesting generators have an enveloping aura because they are generators. And that's it. And you need to respond because we went over that, right? If you are more of a pop HD person, and it makes sense to you that, you know what, yes, I'm a manifesting generator. My aura is enveloping because at my core, I am a generator, but I'm a manifesting generator, which means I have some manifestor energy in there as well. And I choose to understand my aura as being both enveloping and repelling. Fine. I, like me personally, do not care. If it works for you, work it, honey. Okay? Okay. So moving on to the projector energy type. Projectors have a penetrating aura. This means that projectors are able to penetrate the aura of all the other energy types. And it's important for them to be able to do this because in order to guide someone efficiently and effectively, you need to be able to see where they need to be guided, right? If you're not able to see that, if you're not able to objectively look at someone and look at their situation and cut right through the bullshit, it's going to be difficult for you to guide them. So projectors, your penetrating aura gives you the ability to guide people because it grants you the ability to see the things that they probably aren't able to see on their own. It's also important to understand that your penetrating aura is what requires you to wait for the invitation, because you penetrating someone's aura and seeing them as clearly as you do, it is important for you to wait for them to invite your wisdom and your knowledge before you just go telling all their business. Even if you're telling them about themselves, because your aura is penetrating theirs, you're basically entering their energetic space without permission. You have to wait for them to say, hey, I'm ready to hear what you have to say about me. I understand and I recognize that you have wisdom that I do not, that can help me get to where I'm going. If you don't wait for that, it's going to be jarring for them. You're going to put them off, and they're probably going to say some slick shit, like you're a busybody or you're a know-it-all, and nobody wants to hear that. Nobody wants to hear that. So that's why you need to wait for the invitation, because you're out here penetrating people. That sounds bad, but you know what I mean. Moving on. So, lastly, the reflector energy type, you have a sampling aura. Okay? Reflectors are very rare, right? We all know this. They're about 1% of the population. Reflectors have all of their energy centers open, while the rest of us, right, the projectors, the manifestors, the generators, the manifesting generators, while we are all pushing out energy, you are constantly drawing it in. You don't have any constant and consistent output of your own. You are constantly drawing in and sampling the aura and the energetics of other people and the transits. This is why you are so good at mimicking other people's energy, mimicking other people's behavior. Why you kind of feel like you take on the identity of other people that you're around. It's because you are completely open energetically. This allows you to feel and sense and sample what is going on in your environment, so you can reflect back to them, hey, this is what's happening. If you want to alleviate the situation, do these things, right? Or this is something that could possibly help. Your openness, your sampling aura is what allows you to do this. And your sampling aura is also why you want to wait 28 days before you make any major decisions. Because what's happening is that you are, I don't want to say feeding off of, that sounds like you're a succubus. You are essentially taking bits and pieces of other people's energy and almost taking it on as your own for a little while. And if you make big decisions while you are sampling someone else's energy, it's hard to discern if that decision is actually yours or if it's someone else's energy kind of impressing on you, right? So when you give yourself that space, you give yourself that 28 days, you give yourself time to come back to your neutral, to come back to your energy. Because just because you're a reflector doesn't mean that you don't have a baseline of your own, a homeostasis of your own. You absolutely do. It just takes more intentionality from you in order to remember what that is. Because it is so easy for you to get caught up in everyone else's energetic crap. You have to take intentional time and say that I'm going to use this to come back to me and who I am before I decide to move across the country. right? So I hope that this was helpful. I am actually going to be hosting a free 3-day course called Aura Alignment. So if you are interested in learning how to align with your energy type and actually align to your aura and how it works, go ahead and click the link in my description box to sign up for Aura Alignment, and I will see you in the next video.